welcome. Thank you for joining me for a new episode of Inspirations. That's my podcast about knitting, about yarn dyeing, about yarn in general. I'm Christelle. I'm an indie dyer. I live in France. And this is season 6, episode 2. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to the podcast, well, thank you. I hope you will enjoy this little moment with me. The podcast is uploaded every Monday at 5 Paris time. I have a shop on Etsy, which I'm updated every Monday afternoon as well. And I'm sending out a newsletter every Monday afternoon just to let you know what's new, what new dates, Fiber Festival I will be attending as a vendor, news about the agenda, the shop, etc. So the link to subscribe is in the show notes. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. I'm very happy to have you with me for a little episode. Today I want to touch base with you on different things, mainly the Tricot et Stitch FO Fanfare. I want to, give you some news about that because I've not talked about that in a long while. Then I want to talk about the shop update for today, or the lack thereof. And then there will be a bit about the agenda and the projects I've been working on this week. So first of all, the FO Fanfare it's been, for the past 2 years, it's been a monthly challenge. You just share a picture every month. I'm, asking you to share a picture of your Tricot et Stitch project. So it can be with yarn, it can be with patterns, and you can share on Instagram and or on Ravelry. But the reality of the FO Fanfare is that I've been, picking winners, randomly picking winners every 3 months or so, because each time I'm always like doing things a bit at the last time, and every time I forget. So I thought, instead of fighting, maybe I can, adapt. And if I am more at ease, like picking winners every 3 months, I'm going to do that. So that's what I did. I've opened a new discussion thread on Ravelry, which will be for the first trimester. So that's January, February, March, and I'm going to draw 3 winners from there and from the Instagram hashtag that's here. So I will be picking winners at the end, beginning of April, and I will be picking 3, and it's open to international participants, so don't hesitate to participate. It can be just the pattern, it doesn't have to be the yarn, and you can, enter any project you wish. Now we'll be picking winners at the end of the period. So for the last, because I'm 3 months late for the end of year FO Fanfare, so I wanted to announce the winners for October, November, December. So each time there is 3 prizes to win. It's 1 skein of the Sock Knitter's Almanac for every month. So for this FO Fanfare, for October, it's Feel Good and Lucky, who wins the October colorway, that's Season of the Witch. Then for November, it's Fairy Marie-Lise on Instagram again. So she wins 1 skein of Dream Knitting Retreat. And for December, that's someone who played both on Instagram and Ravelry. So Ravelry ID is Elsem, and Instagram ID is Le Temps d'un Tricot. And she wins 1 skein of Bonhomme Pain d'Épices, which was the colorway for December. Usually I'm not picking a base for this challenge. I'm offering the winner to choose from the bases in my shop. But this has led to a lot of delay because I have to dye the yarn, and because, for example, the last part of the year was very busy. I've been very late in sending out the skeins for the winners. So I've decided to put aside each time I'm going to dye the colorway of the month, I'm going to put aside the skein, so you won't be able to choose, but at least you'll get your yarn faster. Okay, so for those that I've just mentioned the IDs, the yarn is dyed and ready to ship. So just get in touch, guys, and I will ship out your skeins of yarn. Thank you so much for participating. It's really something that I enjoyed tremendously, going through the discussion threads on Ravelry, going through the hashtag on Instagram. Actually, when I go there, it makes my day. I'm so in awe of what you're doing with my yarn, the inspiration that I gather from there. It's giganormous. I mean, you guys got me inspired at least as much as I got you inspired. So you have the eye to pair the yarn with a project, to pair different colors. It's really a gold mine for me to go there and be inspired, and also it makes me want to cast on everything basically when I see what you're doing. So thank you so much for that. Then I wanted to talk to you about the Fiber Festival coming up. So there is two. The first one is in France, in the northeast of France, and it's called Exception Laine. It's in Val-de-Briey on February 4th and 5th, and I'm very happy to be back there because I was there last year at the end of January. So I'm very happy to return to the same festival. It was a great festival, very friendly, a lovely venue, and lots of new people, very friendly moments with the other vendors as well. So it was awesome. I'm so happy to be part of this festival again. And then just after that, just the weekend after, I'm flying to Madrid. And I'm so excited about this. So I'm going to be a vendor at Love Yarn Madrid. So it's on February the 10th. It's 3 days, guys. So the 10th, 11th and 12th of February. So I really hope I will be able to see some of you guys that are watching the English version of the podcast. From my previous experience, both in Spain and Portugal, I understood that I really need to be coming with a lot of sparkles. Okay, I need to be loaded with sparkles because I can't count how many times I was asked, do you have this with sparkle? Like on Brio? I was like, oh, no, I don't. I don't. So this time I'm coming prepared, guys. I will have a huge load of sparkle yarn, Lurex and Stellina. I will have some regular as well, but I will have such a big amount of sparkle yarn, okay? And then about the shop update. So I told you there would not be a shop update. That's because last week I put a lot of things into the shop. I put a lot of listings for the colorway of the month, for the contrasting color, for the Almanac first 3 months subscription. So thank you so much. I think that was something that you were that you wanted to say, because I mean a lot well, there was a lot of subscription that sold, so that's great. For me, it's very comfortable because it helps me, have a clear picture of how much yarn I need to dye for each month. So that's perfect for me. I think it's good for you as well when you are not necessarily available at the time the shop update goes live. Also, I've added a lot more quantities in the shop for the monthly colorway, and the consequence of that is it's still available in the shop today. So what I did is that I every day I went to the listing to see which bases sold out and which one didn't. And so I adjusted quantities without, you know, putting more yarn to be dyed, because I have a limited quantity in my planning that I can dye, and with the preparing of the Fibers festivals. But I made some adjustments. For example, sometimes you really want to knit with tweed with some colorway, but for this one, for example, tweed, nothing sold. So what I did is I removed tweed and I added more of the bases that sold out. And this way I'm able to, you know, pilot more closer to what you really want for the ongoing months. So there is still a lot of bases available, which is good, because it's one of the main remarks that I've been hearing last year, that the shop update were too quick to sell out. So I've really made a huge you know, effort to make sure I put enough quantities to have something that lasts more than a few hours. I added the contrasting color, and I added the subscriptions, and all that made that the shop is not empty, which is cool. But what I added for this shop update, because I completely forgot last week, I added the colorways for the previous almanacs. So that's Nuit d'Hiver, that was January 2021, and Lune du Loup, it was January 2022. So I told you guys they would be available in the shop, they weren't. So now they are. Sorry about that. And also I forgot to add in the bases the slub fingering in the almanac colorway for January of this year. So that's that was an overlook of on my part as well, and so I added some as well. Okay, so everything is still in the shop if you want to have a look, and that's cool. I'm very happy about that. Okay, speaking of which, I wanted to share with you what I've been up to over the last week. Not much knitting done, because although I don't have any fiber festival to prepare for the month of January, it's actually quite a challenge to have 2 festivals in a row still, because it's 2 big festivals. Exceptiolaine was a very good festival that I made last year, so I know I have to come prepared for that. And Lovian Madrid is actually the biggest yarn festival in Europe, so, and it's 3 days, so I really want to come prepared as well. So a lot of fiber shop preparation going on in the studio, plus the wonderful shop update that happened last week. So I have a lot of yarn to dye, but still I managed to sneak in a few stitches. I finished my pair of socks. That was the September socks. That's the Mabon colorway on BFL fingering, and the pattern is the Cozy Autumn socks by This Handmade Life. This has not been blocked, it's just on sock blockers but not blocked yet, and I'm really happy. I think it's the 4th pair that I finished of the almanac that I finished for 2022, which is not much, and I have 7 single socks. So but I mean, it was almost the same situation at the end of 2021, and I managed to have 12 complete pairs for 2021 at the end of 2022. So I'm not worried. I'm going to, you know, take things easy and just knit and complete the pairs, and it's going to be okay. So this is finished. One sock that I'm almost done is the first sock of October. Colorway Season of the Witch, and pattern is Pembroke Socks by Marion M. Knits. And I'm really, I think I shared that with you guys last week already, but I'm so enjoying the way the colors is twirling around the leg. It's actually awesome. I love this pulling, it's great. So this is almost done. I have just 2 repeats of the very short chart, last chart of the leg, and then the and then the ribbing, and I'm done, so that's cool. And then I have, I think on my each time picking it up it's messier. It's a mess. It's a mess. Oh, I think I have like 4 stripes left to knit on that, and it's got not even 4, maybe like 3 stripes to knit on that, and it's going to be finished. I think I need 9 for my shoe size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe I need 11. I don't remember. I have like quite long feet, so this is not going to. This is too small, but I'm almost done actually. I think maybe 2, 1 or 2. Which is cool. Okay, so this is almost done. And then last week I showed you a new base in the shop. I called it Chaton à plumes. It's this one, so it's all caked up. And I knitted some samples and crocheted some samples for you guys. So this is that base knitted up. So it's on the cocooning colorway. That's the colorway for January of this year, of the Almanac. And this is crocheted, and it's really lovely, really lovely. So it's kind of a crushed velvet fabric. It almost looks like it's been felted, but it was not. It's very smooth, and you see it has a beautiful drape. This is knitted on 3mm needle and crocheted on 2.5mm crochet. And it's very light and fluffy and super soft. And so the base is 70% silk and 30% brushed merino, extra fine merino. So I think this could totally work for a sock, actually, because silk is a very strong fiber. So yeah, I think I'm going to give it a try for a sock. The thing is, I'm also sampling the MCN base on that colorway. And the thing is, the sample, although it's been knitted on the same needle size, it's much bigger. So this is actually, I think, kind of a sport. Even if it's 200 meters for 50 grams, which amounts to 400 meters for 100 grams, like your regular sock base, I think it's closer to a sport weight, maybe even a DK, because you see the difference? And it's the same needle size, guys. So if I were to knit socks with that, I would have to maybe pick a pattern written for sport weight, you know, to adjust the number of stitches, but otherwise I think I'm going to try it, because it's so, I mean, you know, just house socks, or maybe just for just without even a leg, like anklet socks or things very, very cozy, just to stay at home, and that would be perfect with the theme. That would be absolutely perfect. So also I picked up MCN that I'm going to use with a mini to knit some socks for the month of January. So I still need to do some thinking, but yeah, I'm thinking anklets with just, you know, very simple anklet socks to try out this base. And the other thing that I picked up, because I'm going to cast on, I don't have any other things on the needles at the moment. Well, not active whips. I have a huge amount of whips, but not active ones. So the other thing I'm going to cast on and I'm going to actively work on in the next days is the Brioche Queen hat. So Brioche Queen is one of my patterns. It's a pattern for a call in brioche. It comes with an atelier, like a workshop, like a digital workshop, to learn how to brioche and learn how to do the main increases, decreases, and how to cast on, and it's a like video tutorial that is split in 9 different parts and that you can watch at your own rhythm, and it's available on Ravelry. And what I wanted to do, because you need approximately like half a skein of 3 different bases to knit brioche queen. You need 50 grams of slub, 50 grams of a hairy, like mohair and silk or Syrian silk yarn, and a third color, and you need each time half a skein. And for a long time now I've been thinking about, you know, designing the coordinating, the matching hat, so that you can buy 3 skeins and have enough yarn to knit the ensemble. Okay, so that's what I'm going to cast on. I'm going to cast on the hat and the matching caul out of slub, cocooning on slub and Syrian silk. And this is the contrasting color for the brioche, and it's the Home Sweet Home contrasting, generic contrasting color on MCN. So that's going to be my pairing. So I'm really going to dig the colorway this month. I'm going to use that almost exclusively. And it's really cool because it's what I wanted to knit this month. I just wanted to knit that. And it's how I picked the color, actually, based on what I was feeling like knitting. So yeah, and that's it for this week, guys. I will have this colorway with me to the next 2 fiber festival coming up. I will have it on Sparkle, okay, in Madrid. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Let me know if you're planning to, let me know in the comments if you're planning to come to either ones of the festivals. I would be very happy to just, you know, exchange a few words, maybe grab a coffee, or because I will have people to help me in Madrid. Actually, it's a family trip. I've got my sister, I've got my niece, I've got my brother-in-law coming with me and helping out. They will be helping out at the booth. So yeah, I will have time to grab a coffee, definitely, okay? So enjoy your week, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next Monday, hopefully. Bye.